Hello students, welcome to Basic Math series. This is the number theory part 4. So here we'll study something about the prime numbers. So in that first theorem is Wilson theorem. Wilson theorem says n is prime number, then factorial n minus 1 plus 1 will be divisible by n. So that means n minus 1 factorial plus 1, if you divide by n, then you will get remainder, then remainder will be 0. So let us see, let n is equal to 7, then n minus 6 is factorial 6, 7 minus 1 plus 1, that means factorial 6 plus 1, it should be divisible by 7. Factorial 6 is 720 plus 1, that is 720 by 7, it should be divisible by 7. 721 divided by 7. 7 1 is 7, 0, 3. So it is divisible. Now, based on this Wilson theorem, this corollary is developed. We'll see how. So you replace n is equal to 2p plus 1. So now it will become n minus 1. 2p plus 1 minus 1 factorial plus 1. It will be divisible by 2p plus 1. That means it will be divisible by 2p factorial plus 1, 2p plus 1. That means remainder of this should be equal to 0. So you will split it. That means remainder of remainder of factorial 2p divided by 2p plus 1, and remainder of 1 by 2p plus 1 should be 0. So let us see. 2p can be written as p plus 1, p plus 2 up to factorial uh, up to 2p divided by 2p plus 1. So remainder of itna plus 1, because remainder of 1 by 2p 1, it will be 1 only. Itna should be 0. Then again, suppose p plus 1 and 2p plus 1. So remember, what will be the remainder? Since this is less than this, so remainder will be p plus 1, that is positive. So what will be the negative remainder? The negative remainder will be p plus 1 minus 2p plus 1. So that is minus p. So that it will be like remainder of factorial p divided by 2p plus 1, and remainder of remainder of p plus 1 divided by 2p plus 1 multiply by remainder of p plus 2 divided by 2p plus 1 up to 2p by 2p plus 1 remainder plus 1. So this one is remainder of r of lp by factorial p by 2p plus 1, and this one here we have seen this one will be minus p remainder multiplied by minus p minus 1 remainder, then minus p minus 2 remainder, up to -1, remember. So this will be remainder of factorial p by 2p plus 1, p plus 1 into -1 to the power p multiplied by p, p minus 1, p minus 2 up to 1 plus 1. So here remainder of 2p plus 1 into factorial p. So remainder of 2p plus 1 into -1 to the power p plus 1. So this will be remainder of LP factorial p the whole square, factorial p the whole square divided by 2p plus 1 multiplied by -1 by p plus 1 should be 0. So this also can be further modified. The square 2p plus 1 plus -1 to the power p is equal to 0. How you multiplied by minus p by both sides, minus p into minus p by -1 to the power p. So this one will be positive and this one will be. So ultimately what we got, if 2p plus 1 is the prime number, 2p plus 1 is the prime number, then these terms will be divisible by that prime number. So suppose n is equal to 2p plus 1, 7 is equal to 2p plus 1, then p is equal to 3, then put here factorial 3 the whole square plus minus of factor 3 should be divisible by 7. So 3 20, 3 factorial 3, no, factorial 3 6. So 6 6 is 36. 36 minus 1, that is 35. 35 this is divisible 5. Now we'll come to the Fermat's theorem. So Fermat's theorem is simple. If p is prime number and n is natural number and n has to be co-prime of p. That means if it is 7, then it cannot be 14. It can be 13. It should be co-prime. Even 8 it can be. So then n to the power p minus 1 will be divisible by p. Okay. That means the remainder of this will be 0. Then corollary of this is called Fermat little theorem. So here n to the power p minus 1 is divisible by p. That means n to the power p divided by n minus p minus 1 will be divisible by p. That means n to the power p minus n divided by n will be divisible by p. So if you multiply in that number, suppose 14 is divisible by 7. So you multiply any number 2, then 28 will also be divisible by 7. Multiply any number 3, 42 is also divisible by. So multiply any number n, so still it will be divisible by p. So from n you can cancel it. So np n to the power p minus n will be divisible by p. The remainder of this will be 0. So now corollary of this, again one more corollary. One, these are simple because what we have studied n to the power p minus 1 is divisible by p. That means n p to minus 1 divided by 2 square minus 1 divided by p, then we'll get remainder of this will be 0. So n to the power p minus 1 minus 1 or n to the power p plus 1 divided by 2 plus 1 will be, remainder of this will be 0. Minus 1 0. So either this one will be divisible or this one will be divisible by p minus 1. So that means n to the power p divided by 2 plus minus 9 divisible by p. So either you did add 1 and you see that whether it's divisible or negative. You have to check, and it will be divisible by p, or you will get remainder of this one is equal to 0. So that's all for this session. Thank you.